Too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave.
I am Daniel the sperm. And I swept her off her feet. Literally. I, my gents, swam the fastest, I'm the strongest and the best sperm that was ejaculated. There were many others, and none of them were as fast or beautiful as them. So, taking a look. Okay, thank you! You got the point. I'm Jade, Frederick, and this is Chrissy, Chapp, and we're making our reproduction video together. That right there kind of showed you kind of like a cartoonish version of what happens in reproduction. Correct? Yeah. When a man ejaculates, when he's having interception with a woman, interception, he inserts his penis inside the vagina, and when he ejaculates, he releases sperm. Sperm is called many things. The slang term is cum. But when a man ejaculates, that is the sperm. And the sperm, there's millions of sperm that are ejaculating. They have looks like tails to help them swim very quickly. The first sperm to the egg will determine who the father is of the egg. The father of the egg will help determine the sex of the baby, color of the hair, and even the eyes. You can decide what's the dominant traits more or less likely by the color. Chrissy's eyes are blue and my eyes are brown. So if we were to have a baby, if I were actually a man, the dominance would be brown hair and brown eyes. Because it's darker, I believe. And yes, my hair is naturally brown. So I drew you what is called a Punnett square. Big B, which would be my dominant traits, and little b, which are hers. She has blue eyes, which is little b, and I have brown eyes, which is big B. When you do the Punnett square, you put one here, one here, one here, one here. Sorry, not very detailed. But you have your big B, little b, little b. So when you do the Punnett square, they meet in the middle. So it would be big B, which would be brown eyes dominant trait. Big B, little b, but because the big B is bigger, it's going to knock out the little b, and it won't even be there. So Chrissy's blue eyes won't even show up, which is very sad. Then you have the little b and big B, which come down here. Right here is another example where the big B squashes out little b. It doesn't matter what, he always gets squished out. Then you have little b. That right there, folks, is Chrissy's only chance to have a baby with blue eyes. Yes. That right there is a 1 out of 4 chance that the baby will have blue eyes. Because I have dominance, it's very unlikely for Chrissy. So Chrissy has a 1 out of 4 babies. Pretty lucky. High five. Woo! Yeah. Okay. So Chrissy, would you please show the diagram of the sperms in the egg?
Okay. So this is all the sperm in the egg. Now, as Jade had said before, this is a great sperm race, and it looks like there are 3 really close sperms that look like they got into the egg first. So they will all have their genes set up in a Punnett square like this.
When the baby is first being made, whatever sperm, like she said before, whatever actually wins the race. There can be so many clones. Whatever one fertilizes the egg, like we said before, she said would be the papa of the baby. That would be the father's sperm. That would decide. Because the dad has an X and Y chromosome, which would be a sperm cell. The mom, she only has an XX chromosome. So that means the baby is bound to be a girl. But because the man, the sperm, decides whether it be a boy or a girl, he could give the X chromosome or the Y chromosome. If he gives the X chromosome, the egg, his Y chromosome, it will be a boy.
Now, there are many others, like when a baby is conceived or whatever, there's many chances that it could be like twins or anything, like in the first beginning stages, like first few days.
Exactly. And would you like me to explain the twins for you?
Yes, please do.
When 2 eggs are released, they're called fraternal twins. That means both eggs are fertilized by the same sperm, which means their birthdays are going to be the exact same. They will look nothing alike. And if they do, very small chance they will look anything alike.
Right.
But here we go. Identical twins is very amazing to me and ravishing in many ways. It's when that single egg splits into 2 and it's fertilized. Those girls will look exactly alike with nothing else different. Another possibility to have triplets, where either the one egg could be split and there'd be another egg, which would make 2 identical and 1 fraternal, or even crazier, if you had 4 children, each egg, there could be 2 eggs, and they both split. That means 2 would be identical, and the other 2 would be identical. But the 2 twins would look nothing alike. The 2 sets of identical twins won't look alike.
Crazy.
There's mirror twins, which means every single twin, all the twins, are exactly alike, only opposite. So one has a mole here, the other one will have a mole here.
One's right-handed, the other one will be left-handed.
And it's balanced. And there is rumor to be said that if you are left-handed, that means that you have a twin that passed away.
Very sad.
It's not proven, though.
Yeah.
So there are many ways, like we said before. There's so many ways and possibilities of things that could possibly happen, like I said, with the X and the Y chromosomes. The sperm can pretty much, in ideal conditions, live inside of the vagina or the uterus for not so long. Average, it's 3 days, but at the most, 7. So the sperm, they can live after they ejaculated, but not for very long. A woman's eggs are in her body since the day she's born. The eggs she's born with are the eggs she has her entire life. So Chrissy's eggs are as old as Chrissy, and my eggs are as old as me. Eggs, after you're born with your eggs, you can't make new eggs. So after you have no more eggs, you go through menopause. I'm sorry. That means you cannot have any more children. Just like a man, when he gets his testes cut off, he's no longer fertile. He can't produce sperm to get a woman pregnant. When a girl gets her tubes tied, I believe it's when this gets tied where the eggs don't go into the uterus.
There is a similar operation for men too. I'm not really quite sure what it's called, but it kind of works the same way. Yeah, it stops any sperm to be released.
Yep. So as we said before, if you're ever wondering, this is the vagina right here. This right here is the uterus. This is where the fallopian tubes release the eggs. The egg will be released probably around here or here, and it will drop. And the reason that a woman has her period is because this lining inside of her is to cushion the egg. After her period comes, what the blood is all the interior of her vagina. It's all it's depleting. It's not there anymore. It bleeds out.
Yeah, it was the body, like the uterus, it is preparing to conceive, to hold a child in the uterus, but it's like what you call a period. But since there's no sperm to fertilize the egg, the uterus's kind of outer skin just kind of
breaks up.
Yeah.
So then that's why when a girl ovulates, which is usually about 8 days before 8 days after her period. That's when the egg is released out of the body. Well, thank you very much, my dad is home, and the dinner's cooking. Thank you very much for watching our video about reproduction, and we hope you get an A. This is part 2 of our project, mitosis.
Okay, so the first beginning stage of mitosis is interphase. Yeah. So a cell copies its DNA and grows in preparation for division. The DNA is loosely organized, so all the DNA is just kind of floating around, chilling, doing that kind of stuff. Okay. The next one is prophase. Okay, the proteins condense, centrioles are moved to the opposite sides of the cell. Okay. Next is metaphase. It's when the chromosomes align in the middle.
How you like that?
Okay. Next is anaphase. It's when the chromatids separate to opposite sides of the cell, and it's near the last phase of meiosis.
Yo.
Next one is telophase. Nuclear membranes form, chromosomes uncoil, and spindle fibers fall apart.
Oh my. What a crazy thing to do.
This all takes place in our cells.
Oh my.
And the last one is cytokinesis. Divides cytoplasm between two daughters, each with genetically identical nuclei.
Oh, chica.